Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing us how to make this bralette. So if this is something you're interested in, keep watching and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't for more stuff like this coming up. Now let's get back to business. The measurements needed will be displayed on the screen as you can see. Now let's move on to the next. First thing we're going to do is fold our fabric into two and then take the measurements. 11 by 11 is what I'm working with, like from the midpoint of my bust to the side of my bust is 11, and from my chest line to my under bust is also 11. So we're going to cut 11 by 11. So we're going to make this a square. I'm going to cut it out so you can understand better. For 11 by 11, that's my measurement. For some other people it comes 7 by 7, some it's 8 by 8. I think it depends on your size. So we're going to get a square now. We're just going to go ahead and cut it out. So now this is the square I was talking about earlier, and it's going to be for both sides of the bust. That's two. That's why we divided the fabric into two in the first place. So now we're going to fold into a triangle, and this is like the first step. You fold into a triangle and then we'll fold from the other end to meet this same point, to the midpoint of the triangle. I'm going to do it right now so you can see. Yeah, to this midpoint, and then the next thing we're going to do is cut this second triangle we just formed. Now we're going to cut it out. And once we cut it out, this is what we should have left. So you can open it up and see the shape we have. I don't know what the shape is called. But this is what we'll have left after cutting it out. That's for the both of them. Remember, we cut them together. Okay, so the next thing, please, I hope you're following. And the next thing we're going to do now is draw a curve. Remember to cut the sharp parts around this place I'm marking right now. Just draw a curve down towards this other side. Remember the bust also has a curve underneath it. So I'm just going to go ahead now to cut that curve I drew just now. Just going to cut it so it doesn't look straight anymore. Just cut it out to give it a perfect shape. And this is what it should look like after you've drawn the curve and then cut it out. You open it up, it should look exactly like this. Once you get to this point, you just know that yeah, you're on track. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now to move on to the next step, which is to sew this curve. Remember the curve we cut out earlier, so we're going to sew that part now down like you sew it. I'm going to point and show you exactly where to sew. You see me marking this point I'm marking. You're just going to go ahead and sew it from the top there downward. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it over on my machine. I'm doing it on both. And now we're going to go ahead and repeat the same thing we did on the fabric on this lining. So feel free to say this bralette is going to be two-faced, or should I call it reversible. So you can wear it through the front and still wear it through the back. Either way is fine. So we're going to go ahead to repeat the same measurements on this lining just like we did on the fabric. Just going to go ahead and do the same thing here. Now you can see it looks exactly like what we did on the fabric. So we're going to now go ahead and sew that same midpoint that we sewed on the fabric. We're just going to go ahead and repeat. So this is what you should have after sewing it over, and it should look exactly like this, just like mine is looking after I use my machine to sew it. So now the next thing we're going to do is the rope for the bralette. So I cut about 1 inch and then I folded it. So this is the rope we're using for this bralette. So I'm just going to go ahead and place it on this sharp point, like the triangle edge. I don't know what to call it. I'm just going to go ahead and place it on that sharp point and then place my lining on it and sew the sides. This is because I want to have a clean finishing. So now this is what it should look like. See how pretty it is already, and we're not done yet. So see how pretty it is. So the next thing we're going to do is cut the band, and this is the waist measurement we're using is about 32 inches and then 4 inches depth. I don't want it to be so wide, so it's 4 inches. So I'm just going to measure and then cut it out. I've gone ahead to do the same thing for the lining, since we're also going to be fixing a lining on it. So this is the material and this is the lining. Now we're going to go ahead to mark the midpoint of this fabric, and this midpoint of the fabric is where the two bust breast cup is going to be placed on. So I'm marking it out so I don't get to make mistake and then place it on the wrong part. So you're going to see the next thing I'm going to do here in the video. I've gone ahead to fix the lining on the lower parts of this fabric, and I'm just going to place the bra cup on that midpoint and then run a stitch on it. And on my machine, that's exactly what I'm just going to do, and then I'll bring the result for you guys to see. And here we have it. Don't worry, our bralette is not done yet. So for the back of this bralette, you could use a zipper, whatever you want to do at the back, but in this case we're going to be putting a lace in this bralette. So I'm going to take out 2 inches from this measurement, and when I take out these 2 inches, I'm going to make a holder for the lace, and that's going to be about 2 inches wide also, and then I'm going to fold it into two and place it just as you can see here. I'm just going to place the both of them using just two. I'll place it in between this. I'm putting it on the both sides, so I'm going to place it in between and then run a stitch on it, just right on top of it. And yeah, this is how our violet should look like at the end of the day. See how cute it is, and this is the back with the lace. You know this is so cute. I know you know this is so cute. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. Please subscribe, like and share. Bye.